The Roblox Animal Hospital situation got 10 times worse. From NSFW artwork being pushed into a community full of minors, to some of those same minors getting doxxed. This situation is genuinely one of the more disgusting ones I've ever covered on this channel. But before I get into all of that, my friend Ren told me we couldn't surpass him in subscribers. So let's prove him fucking wrong and subscribe to the channel. Now, before I'm going to get into people getting doxxed and this weird NSFW artwork being pushed into a community filled with children, it's first important I give a little bit of background information, because otherwise you would have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. So, Animal Hospital is currently the biggest game on the entire platform. At the time of recording this game has almost 700,000 active players. Just to put into perspective how crazy that number is, there are more people right now playing Animal Hospital than the nation of Luxembourg has people. So if Animal Hospital somehow mobilized all its users, they could invade Luxembourg and they'd probably win that shit too. So it's safe to say that the Animal Hospital community is just absolutely massive. Now, the creators of Animal Hospital never expected their game and their community to get this big. Before the game exploded, they set up a little Discord server, expecting a small core audience to be in that Discord server. But of course, the Discord server exploded too, which eventually led to people getting doxxed and this NSFW artwork being shared in a community filled with children. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We will get back to that later, because there was one massive issue with this Discord server, and this one massive issue partly was the reason for it all going so wrong. See, since the developers of Animal Hospital never expected the game to be this big, they didn't invest a lot into great moderation for the Discord server. And with not the greatest moderation, I mean they had literal children being the moderators. Yes, you heard me right, literal children were the moderators for the Discord server attached to the biggest game on Roblox. Now, luckily Roblox isn't known for having like a massive predator issue or something, so as you can probably imagine, the moderation on the server, it wasn't great. And that is where all the issues started, as some people called pro shippers started to join this server. Now, do not worry, I didn't know what a pro shipper was either before I decided to steal Gwamgo's video idea. That's a joke, this is an original video, I promise. So, pro shippers are people who talk about fictional characters having fictional relationships. So, for example, saying that SpongeBob and Sandy should have a relationship. And you might be thinking, well, that isn't that bad, because relationships aren't inherently not kid-friendly. But guess what? It would be bad if I draw SpongeBob and Sandy having sex. Now, you're probably laughing because I'm funny as shit, and I'm kinda making a joke out of the whole thing, but this did actually happen in Animal Hospital, and let's be honest, that's just really bad and disgusting. And the crazy part, it only gets worse from here. Yes, this weird art, it's only the top of the iceberg. Because not only was this weird art dropped in a community filled with children, but the moderators didn't even know what pro shippers were. The first moderator to respond was this person called Noodle Lore, who said that shipping was allowed as long as it wasn't inappropriate, which honestly isn't really a bad take, but the response came way too late and everything was already inappropriate. So it kind of felt like they were just ignoring the whole thing going to shit. Oh, by the way, I just want to make clear that I'm not trying to throw shade at any moderator, especially the underage one. Because apparently, as I said, some of these moderators were apparently underage. And let's be honest, we can't really blame them for everything going to shit, as someone their age shouldn't even be dealing with this sort of shit to begin with. So after Noodle Lore said that shipping was allowed as long as it wasn't inappropriate, the moderators got a bunch of backlash from the community. It was so bad, in fact, that they had to shut the entire chat down. So then the moderators just decided to ban shipping in its entirety. So even a not inappropriate form of shipping, that still wasn't allowed. Which honestly, that makes moderation easier, so it kind of makes sense on the moderator's part. But again, the community got very upset about this, and the moderation team got a lot of backlash for this new rule. Which just made me confused, because let's be honest, at this point, what do you want the moderation team to do? They banned just inappropriate shipping, you are mad. They banned shipping in general, you are also mad. Do you want them to just allow everything, even the inappropriate shipping? Now, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I'm pretty sure then they also banned the people who were pro shipping, and then the moderators also got backlash for that, because why the fuck not? At this point, people are just being mad to be mad. But let's be honest, being mad even for a weird reason isn't inherently wrong. You're allowed to just be mad, but some people took it way too far. Eventually, someone in the moderating team, or at least I'm guessing it's someone in the moderating team, made a post stating that a bunch of moderators had been doxxed. Mind you, this is a moderation team which allegedly has children also moderate. So what we have now is an angry mob doxing a group of people which include children. Which, first of all, it's very illegal, and secondly, it is also very dangerous for the people who you are doxing. Because you have a bunch of people who are mad at this group of people, and you're handing them their private information. You're like, oh, you are very mad at this person? Well, here's where they live. Also, I feel like you're targeting your anger at the wrong people here. Let's start here. Doxing is wrong. It is always wrong. That being said, why are you attacking the moderators and not the people making the inappropriate content? It kind of sounds like I said you should attack them. You shouldn't attack anyone anyone on the internet. Just to make that very, very clear. Don't do that. But your anger and your criticism is going to the wrong people. I think if the moderators had the capability to moderate the server well, they probably would. But since the game just blew up, they probably don't have the finances to hire enough people. Or they just do not have the experience, since some of them are literal children. Anyways, that's my very cool and legendary opinion on this entire situation. How about you subscribe to the channel? Peace.